Welcome to CNET's live stage here at CES 2016. I'm Brian Cooley with Professor Scott Stein. Got you another one.
You did, thank you.
Professor of Technology Interpretation, Emeritus. Yeah.
It's all over,
yes.
exactly.
Got a thoughtful
Time
beard
to
stroke.
retire.
Yes. We're here for day 2 of CES to bring you what's exciting, which is a lot of stuff, including some new experiences in VR, which we're both excited about.
Yes.
So here we go. All right, let's get started now with televisions, which I think we kind of have sort of passed over until now. The most amazing one rolls up.
Yeah,
literally.
We've seen a lot of TVs, but now we're seeing some concepts behind the scenes.
Yes, concepts.
LG was showing some displays.
Look at this stuff.
David Kastenmeier checked these out. That's a rolling OLED display. It's like a sheet of paper. You curve it up. It shows how flexible these displays can be.
And you know how you can tell it's really a breakthrough is that it more than just bends. It literally rolls up.
Right.
And they let us get near it. Usually when they have something super out there like this, they have like 5 or 6 people on a velvet rope and we can't get near the thing. We can almost touch this.
Yeah, and they show even, and this is fixed, but you see in one part of the video how it is actually being rolled, not just that mock-up.
Not just static like that.
Right. So
while it's on,
while it's here, right here.
Here we go. Okay, it's on right now.
A little bit exposed, but they're showing it's actually
pretty
running.
Amazing.
You know, who knows? We're going to roll up your OLED newspaper, but it does show that you can do some interesting things with this, that the curving can go in all sorts of directions, not just this way, and you're starting to see some of those like S-shaped ones, and who knows what's going to come next, even beyond TVs. The screen tech is very flexible, can be adopted.
And this has also got big import for retail as well. We'll be talking about retail technology a little bit later in the roundup, but this is the kind of thing that retail installers love to do to create displays like you see at conferences like this, at retail stores. And I guess one of the ideas is, look, you could have a TV that you can roll up and put away when you're not using it, which appeals to a certain, lifestyle and design crowd that doesn't want that big black plastic thing out all the time.
Magic posters. Some sort of thing you put on your wall.
Justin Bieber's marketing crew will put these everywhere, like they do with the chalk on the sidewalk.
Like
all right. There was also, this is a cool one, the see-through OLED TV window. What is this weird mix-up?
Yeah, so this is also LG, and it's showing what OLED can do. It's a funny thing about OLED. We talk about how an OLED is fired up. It's there, and when it's not, you get pure blacks. But that also means that when it disappears, there's nothing there. And this screen is showing transparency in place of that black. So you're seeing, there he is, peeking through the window. Hello. There are some smart windows we've seen, but this is getting to the point where I think it looks more like Minority Report, where we keep talking about that as a movie touchstone, but this is I think this sort of trippy screen imagery like that, you can start doing some really interesting things with it.
Yeah, really, again, a great retail technology as they're showing here, also a great possible tool in the future toolkit for augmented reality.
Yes. And I mean, maybe like installations, theme parks, theater, all sorts of things that you
Head-up displays. Perhaps this feeds into head-up displays in vehicles. Who's to say? I mean, there's a lot you can do there. A lot you can do. Now, we didn't talk about PCs yet either so far this week. We want to get covered on that. Most of them are around a high-performance vein. Origins PC with a wraparound form factor. Now, we've seen curved TVs before. This is more pronounced, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, PCs have been actually a pretty big story at this show. This is I think a 34 inches, a curved screen. This is a high-end machine. Origin likes to customize and build out these machines.
Yeah.
This has replaceable parts though, so you can still go in and swap out what you need. So it is designed for a serious user, and it just kind of shows what you can do now in these forms. Maybe we'll start seeing all-in-ones. It's usually, all-in-ones are not a thing you tend to see in gaming PCs, but this one was pretty stunning.
It's so modular. They were able to get a curve. There isn't one big flat motherboard. They use lots of smaller boards, put them in an array around there, and it just looks cool, doesn't it?
I'd rather have that.
I want to
than
get in there
tower.
and start modding right now.
Yeah.
I just want to get my hands on it. Little subwoofer built into the backplane there.
Put that in, get the VR headset, just set it up neatly.
That's cool.
VR room, it's pretty cool.
Okay, that's cool. Another one that I thought was really interesting is the Razer, R-A-Z-E-R, that's the maker, Blade. Razer's always got an amazing system here, or a controller, or something.
Every year, something wild and crazy.
This is a laptop, high-performance, compact laptop for gaming, obviously high-perf. External outboard dock for graphics cards.
Yes. Now, this is like, I feel like the MacBook 12 inches, again, kicked off that super small laptop trend we're seeing.
This is tiny, slim, super thin.
Super small, and for a couple of years now, we thought about graphics and possibly being ported out.
Yeah.
You get USB-C, it was talked about with Thunderbolt, but now that's the idea here is you plug this in, and now it's a beefier, it's a big unit, but now you're playing games on it. You unplug it, it's an everyday laptop. Razer has a lot of concepts. The reason why I think it's kind of cool is that Razer's really had a nice track record recently. Their Blade laptops have been great. They've been real deal great laptops. So even though this looks like a kind of pie in the sky idea, sometimes I go, oh, what's this going to be?
Yeah.
This looks like a really nice laptop. You can pull it off with that graphics. Then you have your desktop station. Then you take it on the road, and you don't have to get a gaming PC.
And USB-C is a big enough pipe to move that heavy graphics load back and forth.
Finally shows what you can do.
Impressive. Okay, let's turn to some smart home stuff. Now, everyone knows the Sleep Number bed, right? I mean, they buy more radio commercials than anybody on earth, I think, and TV commercials. So we know them. It tends to be a multi-$1,000 fancy bed and all that. They came out with the techiest and, I believe, cheapest of their beds. An interesting intersection, $1,000 for what they call IT, lowercase IT, connected mattress, $1,000 that has both the usual Sleep Number side-by-side air variable inflation to get the different sleep number, but you've also got biometric measurement of heart rate, sleep style, respiration, and it has a smart component that will take that information and recommend to you how you should sleep better, when you should go to bed to get well rested, and give you the usual sort of report later of how you slept. It's a smart mattress in a true sense.
Yeah, and we've seen there are little unrollable things that they've had where you can track your heart rate and sleep, not have it built into the mattress, but to see like a big company doing this, interesting. The price, considering it also does that, is not bad. Will you use it? I mean, Sleep Number's already pretty good about like, you know, they're push the idea of like they want to customize, combined I think with the idea that it would help customize your sleep if it's not working for you.
Yeah.
I think that's where it gets interesting as opposed to what does this really mean for me? And I think they're trying to get to a purpose.
And this can then set the sleep number without you having to guess all the time.
Right.
Because whenever I see those commercials and they say, well, my sleep number is 45, my wife's is 70, how much trial and error did that take? And how did you know it's the right number? Right. What feels good isn't necessarily going to give you the best sleep, but this supposedly will know and do it right. From sleepables to wearables, this is the oddest one we've had yet. The Welt, the Samsung Smart Belt.
Wins worst name at CES.
Yes, that's it.
For a few years now. It'll take that title probably in the next year.
There it is.
The Welt.
Wearable smart belt, and it does what all belts do, reminds you that you're fat.
Right.
By noticing that there's more pressure on sensors in it. It's holding in more girth than it did before Thanksgiving. And so lets you know and how much, and gives you a track of how much weight you're going to gain if you keep eating like this in the next few days and weeks. So this is like your enemy. I mean, it makes you miserable every day when you put this thing on.
Now it just brings that to your phone and throws it in front of your face.
Every day.
So you will never be able to justify it in any sense.
Lousy thing. Smart Suit from Samsung.
Yes, they're exploring, I think they're throwing stuff against the wall, but it bears noticing, keep an eye on things like fabrics and suits. Google with their Project Jacquard, where they have this conductive fabric. Here, the suit looked like it was trying to throw information to like digital business cards. It's this group, Samsung's got their own research and development teams. They're showing off products that not even our normal product representatives know about.
Right.
These are the things where you go,
They're
what's
divisions
coming?
of Samsung that Samsung doesn't know about.
Right. They literally, you ask the Samsung rep sometimes and you say, what's coming? They go, I don't know, go check it out. We're surprised as well. And that's what's kind of cool at CES.
Great trivia. Samsung has a fashion clothing line, nothing to do with tech. They are a clothing maker in Korea. I had no idea.
So it actually plays in.
And this plays into that. Drones. We've seen all kinds of drones here at the show, of course, but none that you can ride in. That just changed. Our Ashley Esqueda is actually right with a drone that will carry you, not just take video of you. Let's take a look at what she found there.
Hey guys, Ashley Esqueda with CNET down here on the show floor in South Hall. Drones are a really big story at CES this year, but what about a drone that can carry a whole person in it? This is the eHang 184. It has 8 rotors. They are humongous. Also, we're gonna check out the cockpit. Check this out. You're gonna get in here. You're gonna check out this map. There's gonna be locations you can tap on. You're gonna tap on your location, and this is an autonomous aerial vehicle. It is gonna take you exactly where you need to go, and you don't need a pilot's license. That's one of the goals of eHang 184. The founder of the company actually was inspired by, unfortunately, the death of his friends who were small plane pilots. So they wanted to design something that nobody needed a pilot's license to pilot, to go places, but could get them from short ranges without as much danger. You want to limit your danger here. So the eHang 184 is designed to do just that, and it gets up to 65 miles an hour. You got 23 minutes of battery life. On top of that, it gets up to 11,000 feet in the air. That is really, really high. I think I'm terrified of heights. I don't want to go that high, but it'll hover generally about 500 to 1,000 feet. This thing is going to be available to real consumers, and the goal is that it's not going to be exclusive to the billionaire circuit. So get out your millions or your hundreds, thousands, and get ready to buy the eHang. Once those regulations and the FAA approves this, I predict I'm going to have one of these to get through LA traffic. That's it from the show floor. Make sure you check out all of our coverage on cnet.com/CES.
Okay, we're back with CES In Depth, day 2 of the show here in Las Vegas. Brian Cooley with Scott Stein. Another technology that has some retail import, kind of like a couple of displays we just saw. Again, in the display category, something called Me's Magic Mirror. It's an evolution of a product that we have seen a year ago, but now apparently about to move into actual stores. This is a mirror that, all right, here's BT doing his thing. It's a mirror you get in front of and you see yourself changed while you're in front of it in real time. So here's BT in his clothes and changing color of the clothing so he can try different styles and clothes on at the store without having to try different clothes on. See how they look, at least for color. Now, depending on what kind of a back end you've got on this in terms of computation and AI, you could move beyond color. You could also move to fit, fabric texture, garment. You can just run through the entire store without ever going to the store and get a pretty good approximation of how something looks on you. This is what I really want to do is I want to just basically see this move into my television. I want this. I want the software and the cloud processing, and of course you've got to be able to shake your butt because you're BT, and be able to get that into something that I've got in my home, so I never have to go to the store again and try on clothes. I hate that.
I feel miserable. I know if I don't do that, then I'm going to regret it anyhow.
Right, you have to bring
I don't
it
want
back.
to just randomly order
Right.
it, but yeah, I want that. I also want some sort of like uni suit that would just, I don't know how that would do that. Like 3 core items that would just keep changing colors and you could just pick out.
Just tons of drawstrings. You can make it baggy or tight depending on how you want to wear it each day. Okay, let's move through the last couple things we've got going on here. That would be, where am I here? I'm lost.
Dragonfly,
right here. Okay,
yeah.
The Dragonfly 20. Circuit board printer. This prints circuit boards. So you print things now, they're just all plastic or materials. What if you could print something that has integrated circuits, literally integrated circuits inside of it? Because think of it, the traces, the electrical traces can just be another layer. As long as it's conductive ink that you've got from one nozzle, just draw the conductive part while you're adding case layers around it, substrate layers around it. It's actually brilliant.
It's fantastic. You think about building prototypes for items. You can now 3D print circuit boards. Maybe you can 3D print an entire computing device that you want to test out and prototype.
And one of the biggest expenses in manufacturing electronics is all the discrete components and the expensive machines that place them and drop them on there. This is a step toward the idea that you literally print something that used to be complicated discrete components. That's really solid state, if you get right down to it.
Yeah,
that's truly solid state.
I think we're going to start seeing things that use that very soon.
All right, Mr. Porn Boy.
Yeah.
Wrap the show up.
Wrap it up. Tell you what happened. It's got a lot of attention. It's going to get a lot of attention at the show. Big use for VR adult entertainment. Turns out that there was one company that we've seen, Naughty America, that has been very forward-facing about putting this out there for us to experience.
Yep.
Brian Tong got to experience it. Vanessa got to experience it here on the stage. You may have seen their reactions. Pretty intense. This is... you have to sideload. Get ready to sideload if you're going to experience this at home, because these developers, they don't want you to be using adult entertainment. So they're basically telling you to download these files. They're 180-degree 3D, and I did try this out. And you download it to local storage and try to make sure that people don't discover some cache of it. They have about half a dozen videos or so far. They feel hallucinatory. If you've ever seen Strange Days or the old movie Brainstorm, that's not Brian Tong's body.
No, I'm afraid it's yours.
Yeah, it's my body.
That's what I'm concerned about.
I'm a stunt. That's how it's my side job.
That's Professor Stein.
That's what I do.
You're really about to sideload.
Professor Stein of
That's my
Van Nuys.
concern, yeah.
Yeah, so this it's very convincing That's what I can say. The close range, not technically, it's close range, very high resolution, very well optimized, nicely done. But very disturbing.
Bullshit.
Well, yeah. Very disturbing. No, no peripherals yet.
You weren't there, Scott Stein. You weren't there.
I tried it on in there. Oh, I was. I tried out the full. I tried on the whole experience. The stuff
Wow.
you should not ever see.
I told my mother I was going to go into a nice, clean profession.
Yeah,
And here I am with you.
this is the future.
All
This is the future.
This is the future. Help us all. Okay, that's it for tonight.
Don't judge me.
What an experience. Never do. Brian Cooley and Professor Stein will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock Pacific with the big roundup of the whole show with our picks for the top 10 products of CES 2016. So a really big zoom out. That's not nearly all that's happening here on the CNET stage, though. We've got the smell alarm clock waking us up at 9 a.m. We'll crack open a hoverboard with fire extinguishers standing by, because let's face it, your airline won't let you transport one anymore. Plus, our appliance team will discuss their favorites here at the show as well. So we'll see you bright and early, kind of mid-early tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
We'll sleep in a little bit.
Oh, relax.
You and your VR stuff.
get a download.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Got a side load.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.